Hey everyone, it's Drew and I want to welcome you back to Learn How to See Better. And in today's episode, I want to send a quick motivational message for everyone to catch your breath. Yeah, catch your breath. Why? Because it's the fourth quarter of the year now. It is October 2019 and it is the fourth quarter of the year. I like to make a lot of sports analogies because I think in so many instances, whether you've got a sports background or not, a business background or not, so many analogies in life are very much in alignment with sports. And if you tune into any type of sports or you've participated in sports currently or in your past, or you just even know people who've participated in sports, you've got the understanding of different breaks in the action. There's halftime, the end of the first half, there's the end of regulation, there's overtime, and one of the most significant portions of the game, whether it's the game of life or the game of sports, is the fourth quarter. Because something unique happens in the fourth quarter. In the fourth quarter, we recognize that this is really it. This is our chance. This is our opportunity to take full advantage of and move forward to achieve our goals. What we tend to find is that in the first few quarters, in the first half, we might find that the goal or objective that we set out on is giving us mixed results, right? So a lot of times you hear about that locker room talk at halftime where the coaches go and talk to the players and help them reassess what's taking place, help them evaluate their performance, help them understand how do we break down the steps and the actions that have taken place up until now so that we can recalibrate and assess what it's going to take to be victorious in the second half. Well, generally what happens is the team goes out in the second half after making some adjustments, and ideally, let's just say in this case, the team that might be behind or in a losing effort, they want to make some adjustments to put them in the winner's position. And so what we find is that, come the third quarter, you're making those adjustments. And when it's time for the fourth quarter, you ought to have an idea for the adjustments that you made at halftime and how well those are serving you as you wind up the last portion of competition. And now we too are in the fourth quarter, October 2019. And I ask all of you, how's it going? How are things coming along? How is your progress towards your goal? Are you on track to achieve your goals? Are you finding yourself in the midst of struggle? Are you blazing a trail and looking to finish your best year ever? If so, congratulations. And I mean congratulations in every one of those scenarios. You know what? If you are not exactly where you want to be right now, so what? That's all right. You've still got the fourth quarter to perform. If you're exactly where you want to be, that's great. Congratulations. Keep it up. Don't let up. You're right where you want to be. Right? So when you think about the fourth quarter, I found in my experience, one of the most important things that you can do is recalibrate yourself once again. Take that quick time out if necessary to get your head on straight and determine what is necessary to finish strong. Many times it has nothing to do with your plan. It may have to do with your execution, but more often than not, it mostly has to do with your psyche, your mindset, the state of consciousness that you're operating in. Are you operating in a defeated mentality, or are you operating from a position of power? That's what I encourage you all to take a deep look at yourselves and try to calculate, to try and assess which position are you in. Because if you're in a position of strength, that's a great way to be able to use that and leverage it and share it with the others. And at the same time, if you find yourself lacking, what better time than to plug into a group that inspires you, to plug in with a community, to surround yourself with individuals or a collective of individuals that are going to pump you up, that are going to fuel you, that are going to help you see through the challenges and the obstacles that you're perceiving currently. And so it's so important to recognize how close we are to our goal. We don't want to discount the efforts that we've made up until this point. We don't want to discount our efforts and the challenges that we've overcome. We might all have many goals, M-A-N-Y, many as in a lot of goals. But it's also important to make sure that we don't lose sight of the mini goals, M-I-N-I, mini as in miniature, as in small. We've all got small goals that we set along the way to conquering and achieving a BHAG, what is known as a big, hairy, audacious goal. So if you recognize the simple fact that you're making progress along the way and be willing to see yourself through kind eyes long enough to recognize those small goals, those small milestones along the way, that in and of itself is going to help replenish your mindset. It's going to help replenish your psyche. It's going to help get you back on track to make it say, all right, I might be down 10 points right now in this competition, in this goal setting. I might be behind by a few milestones. I might be behind by a few action steps or rocks as I look to climb this mountain and reach my objective, but I do not want to lose sight of the progress that I've made thus far. Because you know what? You are not at the starting line. You're not at the finish line either, but you know what? Chances are you're a lot closer to the finish line than you are to the start because you're an action taker, because you have laid a foundation and a groundwork for success. The challenge now is to not let up. Don't take your foot off the pedal. You've got to catch your breath, suck it up, refuel the tanks, and get ready to push through. I think that's one of the most significant things that we can do for ourselves is have those simple reminders, those simple checkpoints to help us recognize the success that we've attained year to date and use that as fuel. Use that as a friendly reminder of progress, because that's what success is. Success is progress towards your goal. It's not necessarily the completion. The beauty is in the journey, not just the destination, right? Okay, great. You made it to the mountaintop. Fantastic. Well, there's no real value in you reaching to the top. There's no real value in you reaching the pinnacle if you don't have a powerful story to go with it, if you don't have the trials and tribulations to go with it, to help people understand, to help you for yourself appreciate how far you've come. So be sure to document the steps along the way, the highs and the lows, and recognize that every moment contributes towards your eventual success. So if you're finding yourself in the dumps right now, that's okay. Why? Because you're not going to stay there. You're going to get up, you're going to recalibrate, you're going to put it all back together and get back on that horse and ride it off into the sunset. So today's message is meant to be motivational. There's no true instruction necessarily. There's just reminders, because you know what I've come to see in life? People need to be reminded far more than they actually need to be instructed. We all know the right things to go out and do. We just, tend to forget sometimes. We tend to get caught up in the rest of the minutia that can take us off course. That's just the devil nudging you a little bit, knocking you off course, testing your resolve, testing your commitment. Hey, if I throw these little distractions in the way, can I knock you off course? But you must have a more powerful mindset than that. Okay, don't let that dark passenger grab the wheel and take over. You're driving the bus. You're navigating this cruise ship. You are the pilot. Be sure that you reach the destination that you intend, because you are the one in charge. And sometimes we need that friendly reminder from a place of love and encouragement and that little oomph to get you over the hump. So that's what this is intended to be as we look to get the fourth quarter started. I'm here in your corner trying to teach you each and every day and inspire you to learn how to see better. Once you are able to do that, you will find that you'll be unlocking all sorts of secrets in your world to help you get everything you want to out of this life. So with that, I hope that you find this in a state where you're in a great mood, whether you're trying to pick yourself up and kind of get things going. As the new month starts, I encourage you all to just remind yourself, take stock of the accomplishments you've made in the first 9 months of the year. Because guess what? You probably have more accolades and achievements that you've acknowledged or given yourself credit for. So this is a great opportunity to take a quick pause, catch your breath, reconfigure, recalibrate, and reassess all of the accomplishments that you've had year to date and use those to fill your tank. Because guess what? You've only got 3 months left in 2019 to achieve all that you set out. This is way bigger than New Year's resolutions. This is about goal setting and goal getting. So here's to your success. I encourage you to share this with a friend who might be down in the dumps, or if someone else that you can think of may be just riding high atop the clouds, this will be right in line with their mindset and help to keep them pumped up, fired up, ready to go and blaze a new trail. So with that, I want to thank you all for your attentiveness, and I encourage you to share these nuggets of wisdom with someone that you care about in hopes that this can benefit them in their life and their pursuit of happiness and success. Until next time, I want to thank you all. This is your host, Drew Davis. Learn how to see better. Thanks.